Hey guys, and welcome to another Borkino game video. Today we're going to be showing Dark in PvE. He's going to be going through Fiesta, Kuvara, and Guild Lab. Let's get to it. Alright, so we're going to do Fiesta first with Dark. These are the units I'm running. I'll show the gear afterwards, right? There's a reason why I put King Dark in the slot 3, and I'll let you guys know. So, I just want to say a quick shout out to everyone. Thank you from Twitch, Reddit, like wherever you're coming from, YouTube of course. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and all that jazz. I really appreciate it, and I just want to say thank you for all the support. It means a lot. It means a lot. I'm not trying to be cheesy. Just thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Anyways, let's get back to the video. So Dark, the biggest thing that you want to do and why he's in slot 3 is you want to rotate his 2 skills. You go S1 first and then S2. That's the way you want to rotate his skills during the Kaiser fight. And the reason why you want to do that is because his S1 does the buff unavailable, and then his S2 extends debuffs. The only reason why I'm running Sora in this is because she can strip buffs. But most importantly, she's a really good single target hitter. Did she just remove the... Oh, right, no. I was freaked out because the buff unavailable disappeared for a second. Alright, it's pretty good. And the thing is with Kaiser is the longer the fight gets, the tankier she gets, right? That's a problem. That's what makes Kaiser as a unit outside of this Fiesta so broken. Is the longer she fights, the stronger she gets. And it's kind of she's like a freight train with momentum. I don't want to use Sora's S2 yet. I might switch Sora. If this run fails, I might switch them around. Because her position is bad. I don't need her in the front. She's stealing too many, this is why positioning is so important, is because you don't want a unit essentially in the front stealing more cards from units in the back. The last slot unit will always get the least amount of cards. So obviously, you don't want that. You want it so that the unit that hits the hardest gets the most amount of cards. Sora does hit hard, but I don't need her to stun every single turn right now. Her stun is actually, it hits really hard, and I like it a lot, but now isn't the time for it, mainly because I don't need it right now. Right now I really don't need it. What I need is Bomb and Heavenly Warlord to fall below 50% HP so that they can deal more damage in this fight. It's the problem with these two. I've been seeing a lot of people be are they even good? And they're fantastic. They're seriously the best units in the game, without a doubt. The only problem is they have to be below 50% for them to start really shining. And then Bomb deals huge damage, right? Deals absolutely insane nutty damage. But you can see the cycle with Dark. This is a PvE showcase for Dark, right? He extends the debuffs, and now hopefully this deals big damage. I need it to be honest. Deal some big damage, alright? Deal some big damage. I don't need a stun yet. Oh, I don't want to use it. Alright. Hopefully he doesn't stun. But he probably will. Buff unavailable. Very nice. I need them to fall below 50% HP. It's such a weird thing to I want to die. Because they really do need to die. Having them constantly there, Heavenly Warlord does so much more damage now. I just did the S1, I think. Having a hard time keeping up with my own brain. And then we'll just do Sora. I mean, it pains me to use Sora in this way. Obviously she's not a bad unit, right? She's a fantastic unit. The thing is I don't need her stun right now. What I need from her is to strip buffs. Because I need them to fall below 50% HP so I can deal more damage. Yeah, as long as buff is unavailable, she won't get the other defense boost when she casts her S2, and she won't get the immunity boost when she casts her S3. That's the biggest thing. Alright, we're doing pretty well. Probably gonna keep this run. You guys don't know how many times I've ran this so far, but it's fine. Yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, I have to, like, my brain is like, is that what you're supposed to do? And I'm like, yeah, it's what you're supposed to do, man. I'm like, okay. I mean, you're the brain, you know what to do. Alright, no death break, really unfortunate here. Make bomb is still not below 50%. This is really annoying, man. I could have used that death break too. Oh my god, what is happening? I don't understand why there's like that laggy moment right there. Alright, I might have to start, because Heavenly Warlord's gonna die. I'm gonna have to start stunning, because that is a bad sign when... Ooh, that was bad. It's pretty much a bad sign once he like starts like dying. Like, he's still a squish unit, right? I think most people know that Heavenly Warlord is a very squish unit. But as long as one of them falls below... Oh man, we didn't get the buff unavailable. I just don't like it. I mean, she's stunned. It's fine. Obviously, I think we're gonna be fine on this run. But switching between the two helps a lot. And what I mean by that is like switching between S1 and S2 with Dark. Dark is the MVP for Fiesta for me. I don't think like everyone needs to pull for him. He's still not a must-have unit. I'm just saying that he helps me a lot when I do Fiesta, because I don't have a unit that can do the buff unavailable and then also, you know, deal as much damage as he does. But he can be replaced, right? Like, any unit in this like tutorial for, or the showcase for Dark, can be replaced. Like, that's like one of the biggest things I want to point out, because the thing is, like with the Kaiser fight, the biggest thing is you need some way to make her not able to buff, to prevent her 3-turn and like, you know, not 3-turn ability to essentially make her invincible. And then you need some way to deal like enough damage, show you death break or what have you. Alright, pretty good run. I mean, it was obviously a close fight, but, and the big carry of course was Dark with the most damage, right? He's a good PvE unit, and he does have a team around him. If I didn't have stuns, he wouldn't live this long, right? But same goes for, you know, Heavenly Warlord and Black March Bomb. So that's it for the Fiesta portion. Alright guys, this is my Kuvara 12 team. King Dark is the MVP. Take out Bomb, put in a lane. You guys wanted to see how a lane does in the other PvE videos, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show her off. Actually, put her like that, like this. Sora is not as useful when you have Dark, but she's still amazing because she's a single target like hitter. That's why Bomb and Sora is here. Anyways, let's get started. So obviously the first half is like the minion phase, so I'm probably just gonna speed up this minion phase. We're back into Kuvara, so let's get to this. First thing you do, cast Dark King's S3, and the reason why you do that is because it grants Kuvara the Thwart debuff, and what the Thwart debuff does is that essentially, like, so Thwart is locked down. As long as that debuff is up, essentially, like, Kuvara can't counter. As long as it's up, and then when he attacks, that Thwart debuff comes off. And the reason why that's so valuable is because, like, you know, he only attacks like once, like every blue moon. Like, he doesn't attack like every single turn like the way Salamander and Phoenix does. So watch, we're gonna cast the lockdown, and now he can't attack like at all until he can cast his S3, which is gonna be a while. I think it's like he only casts it like once every 2 or 3 turns. But the point is like, it makes Kuvara into a joke. Like, it seriously turns it into a joke. You should be able to manipulate the AI, but obviously an AI is not as smart as a human being, so you can't expect like the same results to occur. Like for example, it's like, hey, you know, I'm going to only run Dark King's S3 in an auto fight, and therefore I can farm K12. You do have to mess around with skills in order to do that properly. So once he casts his S3, what you want to do is you cast your S3 right after. The reason why you do that is because if you don't do that, he can counter again, and obviously, you know, no one wants Kuvara to counter, because if he counters, he pretty much like just annihilates the team, honestly. So he couldn't cast his S3, I reapply, and now he can't attack again. And also you can see like Elaine, she does work too. Like, you know, I wanted to show off Elaine in K12, but the thing is like, with the way Elaine works, she actually pairs with Dark really well, because, you know, she's a debuffer, and Dark can extend debuffs. But the thing that makes Elaine shine very, very well is when she has what's it called? When she has a tank that can protect her, and because she's so squish, right? That's Elaine or any debuffer's like main weakness. Like Dark mitigates his own weakness by the fact that he can grant himself immortality, and most units, you know, they don't have that broken skill, right? Excuse me. Like Dark's like ability to literally like nullify himself for 2 turns essentially is broken. Like he can literally like be burned, poisoned, like 10 stacks of it, like unbuffable, and he'll still get his immortality buff. Like it's broken in my opinion. Like, you know, obviously you can disagree. It's just like an ability that no other character has yet in the game. And the moment like someone else gets his buff, then I think he'll be dethroned as like a PvP unit. But he has his uses in PvE. Like seriously, like look at Kuvara. Like he's just literally a punching bag right now. Like I need to stop using the word. I need to stop using that L word, because when if you say the L word too much, it kind of loses its definition. But anyways, let's keep it going. So he still can't attack, and there you go. Like he just makes K12 easy. Like if you're having a hard time with K12, like just get like just use him. Like even Samira can't do something like as crazy as this. Like, but I still recommend like everyone to pick up Samira, because like she's like the most plug and play unit, and her S2 is just broken. You'll notice that most characters, like the skill that they should spam is their S2. Like Elaine has a great S2, Bomb has a great S2, like obviously Sora has a great S2, Jin has a good S2, and so does Chorus. Like S2s are the jam in this game, honestly. Like they really are. Ooh, I should get this buff and then heal at the end because, you know, reasons. But anyways, like you can see here, like it's just not even like this isn't the same fight as when you experienced it when you had like a stun like Sora. The biggest thing with Thwart is that I don't really see it, like I haven't seen it like miss or anything. I don't know if it's like a guaranteed debuff or what have you, but it's definitely like one of those debuffs where it's like, well, I'm gonna cast it because, like, you know, like it only lasts 1 turn. But on situations like this where, you know, if we ever have another boss that's heavily reliant on counter, like Kuvara, then King Dark is obviously going to be like an MVP unit. You don't have to run him. Like, I'm just showing you what he's capable of, right? Like he's just not like he's not like other units where he only does like DPS. Like he can do DPS and he can do more. But at the same time, I don't recommend him as a free-to-play spender. If you already have Sora and you already have HW Mira, and the reason why is because HW Mira is known for her S2. Dark is known for like all of his skills, but the thing is if you combine like Sora and HW Mira, he's kind of like the same thing in the sense that he can provide like important debuffs for Advent fights. Obviously Sora is still like the Advent queen, I would say. Like she's never gonna be replaced on Salamander and all that stuff because of the fact that, you know, she's the only one that can provide a 2-turn, excuse me, a 2-turn like debuff, like the way 2-turn stun, I mean. Like she's literally the only unit that can do that. And the fact that she's the only unit that can do that just makes her, you know, undeniably like one of the best for Advent. I don't care if she's nerfed. I don't care if, like, you know, like someone says like she's not good. Like she's clearly like the best unit that can stun, and she pretty much carried me through floor 41 for tower, because, you know, she would stun the unit that's about to S3. I mean, Dark can sort of do the same thing, but not really. Like, the thing is with Dark is he can't aim his lockdown. He aims for the, you know, the highest attacking unit. And thankfully for Advent, you know, he's the only one. Oh god, I don't know if you guys heard the motorcycle. Probably edit that out. But yeah, like the thing is with like Kuvara and Dark, like he's literally the king of Kuvara. Like he is literally like Kuvara's like main enemy. I guess the only thing you have to worry about is the fact that if you don't have good enough gear, then, or, you know, you don't have like good enough units or whatever, then the turns, you know, I only have like 25 turns left, or 27 turns, sorry, the math. I only have 27 turns left, so I won't be able to essentially finish this, right? Like, that's the problem, obviously, but, you know, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I am saying that he can guarantee a K12 manual run, and you don't have to run Casey with this either. But the thing is Casey can be used in other situations and other comps. Like, Casey can be used still on Salamander and Phoenix, and the reason why I say that is because in Salamander and in Phoenix, I believe like Phoenix has like a pretty much like some sort of like thing that happens where she can recover HP like every turn or something. I haven't fought it too much. And then Salamander attacks every turn. So with Phoenix you can drop, you know, recovery unavailable, and then with what's it called? Salamander you can drop the stun. I mean, like Dark in those situations, he's not like gonna be king of anything because Dark can only cast his S3, and the thing is with mana is that it's very, very valuable, so you can't just cast your S3 like every single turn, right? You just can't do it. So instead, you know, Dark would essentially, you know, he would just be another DPS like the way Cimera is. Like, honestly, I could replace like Jhin or Lane with Cimera right now, so I could deal more DPS, right? But I won't, because, you know, she's like, I don't personally like need her, need her, because I already have enough DPSs in my game. Like, I have Heavenly Warlord, I have BM Bomb. But, you know, this whole point of this video is, you know, Dark PvE showcase. Is he good for PvE? Like, 100%. Like even if he doesn't, like, you know, hit, like, or even if you already have DPSs or what have you, like, obviously you don't need him. But the biggest thing is, like, he can fill more than one role than just a DPS. He can make K12 runs easier, he can grant the buff unavailable as you saw earlier, and he can also extend debuffs. I mean, he synergizes very well, plus he can't get one shot. Even if you can't even block his immortality buff. It's just so many good things like why I can recommend him. But at the same time, like, as a free to play, if you already have Cimera and you already have like units that can do DPS, like, you don't, and units that can CC appropriately, then you don't really need him. You don't. But if you don't, like, you know, for example, you don't have Sora, you don't have a unit that can make K12 runs easier, for some reason you don't want to use Casey, then you can use King Dark. But obviously Casey is much better at her job for extending debuffs. She's still the best S unit, like hands down, for like any shape or form of way of doing Advent Boss, right? I don't know what World Rage entails or other modes, but like Casey's meant for like single target boss events, right? We're almost done here, so I might have sped up this clip of the video possibly, because you know I might only keep the parts where Kuvara is essentially like stun locked, because that's like the most important thing, is that you explain, or I explain, how lockdown works and why it's so valuable, and you know why you need it for instances like K12 where he's constantly countering. Regardless, like if you already have units that can do what Dark just did, then you don't need him, right? But if you don't have a unit that can do what Dark just did, then you know, you might need him. Here's the gear. You know, who did the most DPS? My girl Lane. Let's go. Nice, and I'll show her gear afterwards too. Anyways, that's it for this part. Alright, I forgot something really quick. Let's go over everyone's gear. These are their stats. You know, these are their relics, right? I don't even remember if I ran Jin Mori, but you know, you get to see him anyways. Mom, relics, right? Heavenly Warlord, relics. I'm not really gonna talk about them since, you know, most of you guys have seen them like before. Elaine actually wasn't running relics, so she could have technically done more damage on K12. Alright, the guy we want to talk about. King Dark. Obviously, I have him geared. This is why he excels. This is why he is doing great in my showcases, right? Like I also leveled his S2 once. But the biggest thing is that he has a lot of utility. He can negate buffs for 2 turns, right? Prevent the opponent from buffing for 2 turns. He can extend buffs for 1 turn. And he can also has the potential of, you know, doing 250% damage. Decrease in attack number references the fact that if there's 4 units on the field and then now there's only 1 unit in the field, he's gonna deal more damage. That's what essentially it means. And then, you know, King Dragon Koopa or Chupa, you know, he grants the 50% damage deflection, which is damage reduction. And then lastly, his passive S2. Like, he's good. He's amazing. Like, he speaks for himself. Is he going to replace Mira or any unit? No. The only unit that's going to be game breaking is whenever Prime King Uma releases. She's actually going to break the game. Here's Chloris, you know, here are her stats. And I think that's about it. Oh yeah, there's Sora. Her relics. I am using Kaiser, you know, here's her. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thank you so much. Again, all the love and support, I appreciate it, you know, on the YouTubes, Twitches, Discord, all of that stuff. Thank you for being so amazing. I hope you have a fantastic day. See ya.